Hello, Canada. I'm Седьмой. I'll be doing the play-by-play for tonight's 7th game in the series. Canada must win tonight and Thursday night's game to win the series. The Soviets have won 3, tied 1, and lost 2. Canada has won 2, tied 1, and lost 3. Regardless of the final standing, the Soviets have won a moral victory in that their team has shown unexpected power and class and seem to have a team comparable to our best. In any case, the Canadian team, after a slow start, has shown definite improvement on each game's performance. Brian Conacher will again do color and is here beside me. Brian, every game is a must from here in.
Well, Foster, with each game of this series, Team Canada has shown better conditioning and increasing strength. If, as they did on Sunday, control the puck and play sound defensive hockey again tonight, I'm confident that Team Canada can win this game and tie up the series.
Players are lining up now for the presentations and the national anthem.
The international hockey match between Team Canada and the Soviet Union is declared over.
Представляем команду Канады.
Jean Rattel, acting as the captain for Team Canada, and Victor Kuskin, number 4, acting as the captain for the Soviet Union. Of course, they not only change pins, but they also exchange.
Первый номер С. Джонсон.
This is Game 7 of the Canada-Soviet series from Moscow.
Team Canada has only made 2 changes for this game. They have dropped Kenny Dryden and replaced him with number 35, Т.Эспозито, and they have dropped Red Berenson and replaced him with Bill Goldsworthy. The Soviets, however, have changed 5 players. They've dropped their star, number 17, Harlamov, who was injured on the ankle in the game number 6 here. They've dropped 2 of their younger players, number 23, Lebedev, and number 24, Bodanov. They're both 21 years old. Another 21-year-old, number 14, Shadalov, a defenseman, and their backup goalie, number 26, Poskov. Replacing them tonight, number 2, Gusev, and number 4, Kuskin, 2 veteran defensemen. And the line of number 9, Blinov, is back in order with number 16, Petrov, and Mihailov. And number 27 will be the backup goalie, Zedelnikov, and number 12, Mishakov, is replacing number 17, Harlamov.
We're waiting for the teams to get their starting lineups. They haven't indicated who they're going to start with yet, but the officials, Rudolph Bata, so there's a different combination tonight from the last game, and Uwe Dahlberg. Uwe Dahlberg is from Sweden, and Rudolph Bata is the Czechoslovakian. Bata is 15, and Dahlberg is 14. Just saw Dahlberg there, number 14. And the teams are now going into the Soviets are going into their usual huddle near their own blue line. Canadians are just skating around, warming up. They haven't indicated who's going to start, but Т.Эспозито is going to start in goal. Tony Т.Эспозито will be in goal. Tretiak, of course, will be in goal for the Soviets. Looks like the Clark-Henderson line is going to start. Clark, just wait now. They still got them out there. Т.Эспозito skating around. But it looks like Clark, Henderson, and Ellis, the way they're moving into position. Clark, 28, is at center. Tretiak is warming up there. He's quite an acrobat. Now Parisi comes out. They had their starting line out there, and apparently they're going to switch that in the last moment. The Clark line is coming off. Now it's going back again. So there's a little indecision right from the start.
There's a look at the scoreboard, Foster, and of course the script is in Russian,
which makes it easy to follow. From the face-off, Canada to the left, Soviets to the right, and it's Savard clearing it over on that far wing as Canada sent 4 men in. Tretiak let it bounce back of the net. Ellis is trying to clear it out. It's shot out in front. Zagankov cleared ahead to Maltsev, coming down with Mikulov on the left, and he was knocked over and failed to make the pass. Clark played it over on the far wing. Lapointe, the goal is knocked off its props there, the Canadian goal, and the play is stopped as a result of it. They knocked it right off the props.
Well, as I pointed out before, the goals here are not fixed on pins that are about 6 or 7 inches high. They just have a spike on the bottom of them, and of course, if anybody does bump into them, they come off their mountings very easily.
From the face-off, the puck goes to center ice. It's shot over to Ellis on the right side, who gave Raglan a bump, and then went offside on the play before it could be cleared over. They're starting off very slowly, and the Soviets immediately make a change. Kuskin and Kuskin is going to stay out there. They keep changing all the time. They start out and then come back. Gilbert on the right wing for Canada. Rattel is at center ice, and Д.Халл is over on that left wing. The defense stands pat. Rattel cleared it back to Lapointe. Lapointe going up with a pass to Д.Халл down that left side. A shot right on. Tretiak way out in front of the goal crease. Stopped that one and it held it off his chest.
So the chant that we can hear in the background is the Soviet chant, and it is Shaibu, Shaibu, which means the puck.
Ready for the face-off to the right of the Soviet goal. Passes back to the blue line. Lapointe lost it, and there's a break from the Soviets going down that side. The high lob with Linov in front. Shot bounced off the Canadian goalkeeper and went to the corner. It's off to one side. Rattel going back to his own net. Petrov after him. Shot out to center. It's going right on down off the Soviet player stick. Gusev going in behind to get it. Number 2 for the Soviet to Blinov, 9. Blinov gets to the blue line. Now Gusev helps him. Gusev going in on the right side with Blinov in the high loft. The pass comes to the side. Here's the pass in front, and it went wide, as it was more of a shot than a pass. Puck comes out to center ice. Gusev passing back to Blinov, and he back passed him a high loft, and Canada recover at center ice. Д.Халл failed to clear a pass there. Spatted back at center ice. Lost to Petrov, and stopped there at the defense. A quick pass to center ice. There's a trip there. There's a high loft trip Д.Халл, and that'll be the first penalty of the game to the Soviets. The high loft. This is Game 7 of the Canada-Soviet series from Moscow. The high loft is off for tripping at the 2-minute mark. They've played 2 minutes of the first period. No score in the game. Now Park coming up with the Canadian team having the odd man. Esposito, number 7. Renwaya on the right side takes the pass. Is thrown off stride by Shadron. Now Parisi over on that far wing, 22. Going into the corner. Shooting it back to the net. Off to the corner again. Park knocking it on the boards to Parisi, who's in the corner. Back to the blue line. Knocked to the side, intercepted, and the Soviets break out. Mishkov going down, and he was skated off on that play. Couldn't control the puck when he had a chance on a one-on-one break. Now the Canadians coming back at center. Esposito shot it over the line. Lushenko cleared it out. And Mishkov came out to try and recover. Park playing it safe, and they're starting off in a very cagey way. No score in the game. Renwaya dumped his man, but knocked the puck into the corner. Mishkov couldn't recover. They shoot it down the ice. Liapkin driving it down as Canada goes back to recover. Pat Stapleton to Park, number 5. Park clearing it back to the net to Stapleton. Esposito's in goal for Canada. Stapleton skating up at center ice. Played it over on the wing. A very slow move, and it's offside on the play.
Foster, I might point out up until now in this series, the Soviets have had 25 power play advantages, and they've scored 4 times. Team Canada has had 15 power play advantages, and they've only managed to score 1 goal. And if Team Canada is going to win tonight or possibly in the last game, the power play becomes ever more important.
Ellis is taking over on the right wing with Henderson on the left. Esposito's at center ice. And the Soviet holding up the game while they get a new stick. They're still a man short, but they haven't been hard-pressed so far. Petrov, number 16, is coming out for the Soviet to help kill off the penalty. Mishkov had been out there. He stays out there with him. Now Esposito waited too long, didn't get a shot away, tried to drill one, and was hooked from behind. From in the corner, they jam there. Petrov covering his check, then bumped by Henderson. They shoot it out off the boards. Park is going back for Canada. Park coming up on the right side, cleared it over on the far wing to Henderson, to Esposito. A shot went wide, and the puck goes into the corner. They're trying to get into position there. Henderson into Ellis in the corner. A pass right in front to Esposito. He scores! Esposito. Now Ellis. And there's Canada drawing first blood. Esposito from Ellis.
A great play by Ronnie Ellis, getting the puck out to Phil Esposito. He's parked about 15 feet out in front of the net, and what a move he makes, turning around to get the shot back in the goal. He had Tretjak at his mercy, and he lays it right between his legs under the ice. Canada leads 1-0. Here it comes again. We can see Ellis charge into the corner. Good forechecking here. Canada setting up control. Gets the puck out to Esposito. He makes a big turn and fires it home.
Park gives an assist as well. And the time is 4:09 of the first period. 1-0 for Canada. Shot right from the side. Canada trying to keep the pressure on. Clark had a shot at Tretjak. It was stopped. It's left there, passed right in front of his own net. Maltsev cleared on the side, and it's missed by Mishakov. Now Maltsev trying it again. He's ate it off from the left of the puck, trying again on this left side. Mishakov shot it to the corner and back to the net. Off to the far wing. Clark failed to get away. Stapleton lets Clark try it again. A dump pass to Stapleton, who sidesteps his check, coming up slowly at center ice. Faked the shot, passed over to Mahovlich. The drive by Clark went wide of the net when he was right in front. Goldsworthy is in the corner trying to dig it out. Goldsworthy is back to the goal, trying to center it out. And there's going to be a penalty call here against two. Mahovlich talking to the Soviet player and shoving him around a bit. With the score, Canada won, and the Soviets no score. This is Game 7 from Moscow. From the face-off, the teams are 5 aside. The Soviets break out on the left wing. Maltsev takes the drive that hits the screen. It bounces over on the side. The Soviets try to center it out. Patel giving it to Bergman to center ice. Gilbert rushing in with Sagantlov. Sagantlov recovers the puck. He's checked, and again, Gilbert coming in, trying to pass, hit a skate when Mikulov stopped him. Patel gets that puck back to Bergman. A shot. It's right in front of the net. A scramble. And the Soviets cover up with Raglan right in front of the net.
Canada set up good puck control on this play. And you'll see Rod Gilbert walks right into the goal crease, tries to screen the shot from Gary Bergman. Tretiak, he goes down. He keeps his pad spread well out along the ice.
Face-off is going to be to the right of the Soviet goal. Esposito from Ellison Park, the scoring play at 4:09 of the first period. Peter Mahovlich and Michikov are serving a penalty for roughing. Puck is back to the goal, and Gusev is trying to come out on the right side. A clearing pass. The Soviets send 2 men up. Petrov getting it over. A shot by Mihailov is handled by Tony Esposito in the Canadian goal. Canada starting back again with a forward pass. Quite a different game from the last one. Practically no real hitting so far. They're playing it very cautiously and fairly slowly. A quick pass at center. Bergman intercepted. Cornwallier now rushing up on that left side as the Canadians change. Esposito coming out with Cornwallier. Rattel given a rest. Long pass to Gusev goes astray. It ends up in the Canadian zone. Park recovering. Park played it back to the goal. Mihailov centered it. It rolls right back to center ice. Petrov coming back to get it. Petrov for the Soviet side. Step Cornwallier goes in alone. Off balance. Ducked over when he really went off stride. Down that far side for Phil Esposito all alone. Lost the puck. The Soviet playing it over on the left wing to Gusev. Gusev at center to Petrov. Back to Gusev. Here's the pass. Nobody was there. And that shows you the passes don't always work. A roller out at center ice. Here's Esposito getting in. He's unable to control the puck. They jam against the boards. And it's covered by Kuzkin against the boards. And the face-off will be to the right of the Soviet goal. 1-0 for Canada. And the team's at full strength.
Foster, Coach Vsevolod Bobrov might have outsmarted himself in that game on Sunday night because he put a lot of his younger players in there, and now he's got the older ones back.
With the score, Canada won and the Soviets don't score. This is Game 7 from Moscow. The puck is in at the Canadian blue line. They're starting it again. The team's at full strength. Yakushev cleared over on the far side to Anderson. Anderson getting loose in front of the goal. Let a shot go and bounce off a leg. Then Liapkin goes in back to the Canadian goal, centered in front. And the pass is knocked down. Phil Esposito taking it over onto the far boards. It's finally cleared out on a pass over the right side to Cornwallier, who skates up with Phil Esposito going offside on the play. Another change of players. And Harry Sinden is moving as usually back and forth behind that Canadian bench. John Ferguson is sitting down this time. There's Bobrov, the coach of the Soviet team, cool and collected, at least he appears to be. And you can see John Ferguson there just past in the center. And Baltsev going down that far side with Mikulov. The puck goes into the corner. Baltsev trying to center it out. Henderson covered him. The puck goes behind the goal center right in front to Raglan. It goes over on the far side on a pass. He waited too long, and Canada break out at center ice with Clark. Lobbing it to the Soviet line. Raglan stopping it. Soviet attack again at center ice, and Mishikov failed to get anywhere. Clark passes on the wing, intercepted again. Clark goes after his man, chasing him back to the net. He shoots it down the ice. Mishikov let that one go right down the ice and fall back to the Soviet zone.
So far, this has probably been one of the tightest games in the whole series. Although they're not using the body a lot, as you say, Foster, they are staying very close to their checks. And, of course, this makes it very difficult to take a pass cleanly. And as a result, we are seeing quite a few icings and offsides so far in the game.
I noticed Bobrov has decided to take a walk, too, but he goes at 1 mile an hour to Harry Sinden's 20 miles an hour behind that bench. They're making a change. Clark coming off. Seemed a bit tired after that rush, followed by Ellis and then Henderson with the helmet. Now for the face-off, the puck down to Raglan. Leadoff started down the left side. Couldn't control the puck when knocked over. Petrov played it right on to Stapleton's stick. It's up to center ice. Gilbert made the pass. The puck goes into the corner to Rattel. He couldn't recover. Petrov shooting it out at center ice. Mihailov going up with Leadoff, and he was checked without getting a pass. Kuskin fell in trying to cover the play. Gusev goes into the corner. He's checked on the play. Kuskin goes in to help. It hit the referee's skate, giving Gilbert a chance. He shot it in front of the goal. Here's a drive in front of the net. Gusev was down. It hit the screen, and the Soviets break out to center ice. Leadoff is on the left. Petrov made the pass, and it was offside. And we're getting much better refereeing in this game so far with Dallberg and Bata handling the game.
There's a look at assistant coach Kulagin. And between the two of them, Bobrov, and Kulagin, they map out the strategy and all the training for the Soviet team, and they share responsibility about equally.
They're making frequent changes in this game. 10:17 left in the first period. 1-0 for Canada. Goal by Esposito from Ellison Park at 4:09. Puck is shot into the Canadian zone. Park going in back to the net. Trying to come out on the right side. He couldn't. Yakushev stopped him. Anderson tried to center out. Shadrin is on that line with him, so Anderson is an extra forward. They carry into the corner. Anderson is the only remainder of the so-called kid line for the Soviet team. Bobrov seemed to outguess himself on that last game by putting the kids in.
Well, we see that Uni Dahlberg there from Sweden, he jumped right in when he thought there might be the sticks up or a stray elbow around. He blew that whistle right away, and the referees obviously have been instructed, don't let the game get out of hand, call it closely, and as I say, as long as they're consistent throughout the game, the players don't mind.
Canada was about to make a change. The play goes right on. Yakushev coming down fast. Here's a goal! For the Soviets.
Well, whoever said that the Soviets can't let the slap shot go, they've got to be wondering right now. Foster, Yakushev pulled away from the Canadian player, let a slap shot go that caught Tony Esposito. He had yet to get ready, and it went right between his legs. The Soviets have tied it up. Alexander Yakushev with a blistering slap shot.
Yakushev really let that one go. And it ran Esposito beats all the way. It was about a 35-foot shot.
Alexander Yakushev, number 15, assist Vladimir Stavrik,
gets the assist. Shaq Yakashev the goal. 10-17 the time. And now it's a 1-1 tie. Puck rolls to center ice. Sagankov was stopped. Now Raglan played it on the left wing. A drop pass. Here's Maltsev coming in with Mikulov. And Henderson got a stick on it. Couldn't get it out. It's knocked by Ellis to Henderson. Henderson over to Ellis. It was partially deflected. Puck goes into the corner and Clark couldn't get it. It's out to center. Maltsev recovering with Bergman backing up. And the shot went wide. That goal has perked up the Soviet attack. Here the Soviets coming in from back of the net. And he's bounced down. Mikulov was knocked over. Park covers his man. It's going to be a penalty on the play. Park with the score, Canada won and the Soviets won. This is Game 7 from Moscow. Ready for the face-off. There was a penalty given out on that play, but no one has gone off. They went to start the play, and now they're going to apparently call the penalty. That's an odd one. They gave every indication the penalty was going to... Shadloff is going to get the call. Mishakov. Mishakov. Park was in on that last mix-up, but Mishakov is going into the penalty box. So the Soviets get the lone penalty. He pointed at Park first. So it looks like a change of judgment on that one. Park and Mishakov had mixed it up. So holding penalty to Mishakov. He's number 12 for the Soviet. And he generally kills all penalties. It's a 1-1 tie as the puck is shot out at center ice. LaPointe playing it over to Park. Ellis is out there with Henderson and Т.Эспозито. As the puck is carried in front of the Soviet goal, Ellis partially broke it up, but Raglan shoots it down the ice. Park going back to get it with Petrov after him. Park fights for that puck, recovers back of the net. Park skating up slowly, pass to Henderson, offside, and it's called at the Canadian blue line on the far side. A 1-1 tie with 8:15 remaining in the first period and 1:24 left in the Soviet penalty to Mishakov. Soviets have had 3 penalties. Canada's had 1, and that was a double penalty, along with Mishakov, who's had 2 penalties. The puck is back of the Canadian goal. Ellis tried to relay the pass to LaPointe. Park failed to get up there in time. Falls into the boards to cover up with Petrov, but the Canadians recover. And it's now Henderson coming back for Canada with Т.Эспозито on his left, Ellis on the right. The pass goes astray. Is shot back to the blue line. Park keeping it in. Т.Эспозито is covered. They jam into the corner with Ellis overskating it. Petrov tried to roll it out. Park keeps it in and couldn't get the shot. Sagankov drives it down the ice. Gilbert comes out. Here's a mix-up here. Over on that far side, Т.Эспозито is saying plenty to the Soviet player who waved him away. It was Mikhailov, and Т.Эспозито is going to get a penalty as a result. Whatever Т.Эспозито said to him, Mikhailov didn't seem to understand or didn't care anyway. 7:21 left in the first period. 12:39 is the time of the penalty. Canada's lost the advantage. Cross-checking penalty. Esposito for cross-checking. Mihailov. Now Yakushev, one of their better players, goes into the corner for the Soviet. Into the far side. Goldsworthy, he's the extra man, is clearing back of the net. The 1-1 tie. And the puck is still in there. 5-a-side. Shadron is trying to center it out. Yakushev is waiting there for the pass. He shoots it right back behind the net. The point recovers. The point goes back to the goal. The Soviet are full strength. Canada now a man short. A quick pass to center ice. The point going in on the defense, right in close. And Liapkin steered him off to the side. They jam there on the boards. Another pass goes astray, and they're starting to warm up to the affray. Liapkin running back to his own blue line for the Soviet, turning again. Yakushev on the left, number 15, goes over the line, the long, lanky player. The puck goes to the corner. Stapleton failed to clear. Liapkin takes the shot. Got it over to Yakushev, right in front of the net. And it's cleared to the side, but not out. Here's another power play. Lechenko took a drive. And Esposito deflected that with his skate. Yakushev set Lechenko up again. Over into the corner to Shadron. He shoots it to the open corner. And the Canadians shoot it down the ice. Petriak having to stop that long drive. Canada's still a man short at center ice. A long shot by Liapkin. And a hard drive that time. Esposito had to be very good on the stretch on that particular play. Puck is back in the Soviet zone. Lechenko over on the right side to Yakushev. And here's Esposito stepping on the ice. And the teams are at full strength. 5:19 left in the first period. A 1-1 tie.
It's interesting to watch the Soviet power play. They set up what appears to be a double slot man. They've got their prime scoring man is about 15 to 20 feet out in front of the net, just at around the hash marks of the two circles. But then they move a defenseman in just inside the blue line, and they can get a shot from either of those two areas. Both are prime scoring areas.
Ready for the face-off. The puck comes right down to the Soviet blue line. Gusev, number 2, going back to get it in front of his net. Cleared to Mihailov, who missed it. Stapleton for Canada dumped it on the boards to Д.Халл, who shot it over the line. Gilbert tried to come in on the right side. Blinov for the Soviet at his own line at center ice. Over on the left side to Mihailov. Skated off by Gilbert. Rattel helps him out back of the net. Cleared to Д.Халл. And Rattel goes back to the goal. Checked on the play. Now Gilbert in the corner. Failed to get out when stopped by Blinov. Back to Gusev. Another pass. The shot in front of the net goes wide. Gilbert covered Blinov, who still is fighting for it. He finally got it back to Kustin. To Gusev. A shot is deflected. And the Soviet are getting that passing play. There's going to be a penalty call here as the referee has his hand up. And here's the call for hooking. And it looks as if the Canadian player, Bill White, is going to get the call. Bill White on the defense with Pat Stapleton gets the penalty for hooking. So now the Soviet will have the odd man again with 4:15 left in the first period. 15:45 played in the first period, a 1-1 tie. And there's Bill White in the penalty box for Canada.
Bill White, number 17, Team Canada, 2 minutes 24 interference.
They ruled it as interference. And the call is going to be, the face-off is going to be made on the rim of the circle in the Canadian zone. Bergman finally went sliding to the side there just to cover up on that play. Clark and Ellis are trying to kill off the penalty. Park and Bergman, the Canadian defense, in front of Esposito. Mihailov in front of the net as the puck is not dropped fairly. They called it immediately when Petrov made his move first and then juggled the puck right up to the referee's hand. Luchenko is standing near the blue line, number 3, always a dangerous player. Puck goes wide of the Canadian goal. Bergman tried a forward pass and shot down the ice by Ellis. And Segankov is going back of his own goal for the Soviets. A rink-wide pass to the far side. They're moving up at center as Mihailov tried to get Petrov's pass, and it goes right back into the Soviet zone. Luchenko after it. Luchenko in front of his own goal to Vikolov. Vikolov at center with Petrov. He gets that shot right in that goal right here. He shoots a score. Went right in to score, drawing the goalkeeper out, and it was a beautiful goal by Petrov.
Great puck control by Petrov. He almost has the puck poked away from him, but look at him fight for control. He gets the puck again and slips it right in behind Т.Эспозито, who by now has slid way out of the net and is well out of position. A beautiful goal by Petrov to give the Soviets the lead.
16:27, time of Petrov's goal to give the Soviets the lead, 2-1.
And here we see him coming up. Now Petrov, he almost loses it, but hangs on and slips it by Т.Эспозито.
Now the Soviets coming again. A long shot. Yakushev went racing in for the rebound. And it failed to click. So far, the Canadian team haven't had the zip that they had in that last game, and the Soviets seem to be playing right back to their top form. 2-1 is the score for the Soviets over Canada. 3:20 left in the first period.
Coming up in our first intermission, we'll get a look at the reception at the Canadian Embassy yesterday. We'll get some more fan reaction of the game and the series. And, of course, Howie Meeker will be along with his analysis.
Ready for the face-off. 2-1 for the Soviets. Shadron is going to take the face-off. Rolled it near Т.Эспозито. The puck goes to the far side. It's not cleared out when Shadron breaks it up. Yakushev was checked promptly by Cornwallier and then is given the puck at his own blue line. That's him at number 15. Now Anderson, one of the kid line, failed to get anywhere. Canada bring it right back. Cornwallier to Т.Эспозито. It's rolled to Т.Эспозito. A shot right in front. They scramble. He's right first. Oh, a pile up there with Parise trying to lift that one over the goalkeeper, but he was able to cover it.
Parise made this play all possible by getting that puck through to Phil Т.Эспозито. Т.Эспозito gets it across in front of the net, and Canada has several good scoring chances, but Tretiak keeps an eye on the puck and manages to stop the shot twice.
Ready for the face-off to the right of the Soviet goal. Back to the blue line. The shot is wide. The Soviets scored that goal to put them in front with Bill White in the penalty box. The penalty was at 15:45. The goal was at 16:27. Petrov making a beautiful play of it to draw Т.Эспозито out of position. Now they're trying the same spot. Savard is standing there practically at center at the blue line. It's cleared over on the far side. It's back to Savard. He fakes a shot, turns. There's going to be a penalty call here. Т.Эспозито shoots. He scores! Т.Эспозito fires that puck, and it's all tied up again. Т.Эспозito let one go from about 30 feet out.
Again, his teammate gets Т.Эспозito the puck, and he's right in the key scoring area. Phil Т.Эспозito with that quick wrist shot drills one by Tretiak. If you notice, Tretiak is well back in his net and doesn't have really a good chance on the shot. We see it come up here again. Savard makes a good move here, beating the defenseman, gets it back to Т.Эспозito, and the quick shot beats Tretiak on the low side in the corner.
Well, that scoring play will be Т.Эспозito from Savard at 17:34, making it a 2-all tie. And this is going to be a tough one all the way through. Now it's Savard clearing that pass on the far side to Peter Mahovlich, and it's offside. Apparently, Parisi was also given an assist on that goal. Esposito from Savard and Parisi.
Savard made a terrific move on the Soviet defenseman. He gave him a little head fake. He spun around by him, and he hit F.Эспозито with a perfect pass. And F.Эспозito can get that puck away as fast as anybody in hockey. And he caught Tretiak trying to set up, moving back into the center.
There's a false start on that face-off. Goldsworthy is on the right wing now with F.Éspozito and Peter Mahovlich. So they're juggling their lines around a bit. And they're adding heavy checking every chance they get. Petrov is now at center for the Soviet. Blinov is on the left wing, number 9. Gusev and Kuskin on the defense. 4 is Kuskin. It's over the line, into the corner. They race for it. The puck is loose. Goldsworthy is trying to center it out with Petrov jamming him against the boards. He picked on a tough one to shove around. Here's a drive wide of the net. Esposito was nearly in front. The Soviet breakout was Blinov making the pass right in front of Mikhailov. The shot hit Esposito and hurt him. A rising shot caught Tony Esposito on the chest, and I think it hit him on the neck. And the game will be delayed. He's coming over, as you see, and holding his throat as he comes over the bench.
There's no question that Tony Esposito was hurt there. That was a high rising shot by Mikhailov, who came in a good 6 to 10 feet offside, taking that pass from his teammate, and walks right in and let a high rising shot go. Esposito, even in jumping up, still caught the puck well up into his chest or up into his throat, and I'm sure that that really smarts. We see him skating back to the net, so he's all right. But he certainly felt that when you can see him rubbing his neck, and there's no question he didn't have much of a chance on that shot to get out of the way of it. It was going well over the net, but it just happened to hit him as he tried to go up.
He's gamely going to continue there. He got quite a nasty rap as it bounced off his chest and hit him on the throat. Face-off is at center ice, a 2-all tie, 1 minute and 38 seconds left in the first period. Savard shot it to the corner. It's out to F.Éspozito, who couldn't get a clearing pass going, and it went to the Soviet zone where Blinov ahead to Mikhailov, 13 at center. Over on the left side to Petrov. Petrov centered in front and went wide of the goal. Back of the net, F.Éspozito. Cornwallis is way up here near the blue line, waiting for a pass that didn't arrive. It's carried in on the right wing by Parisi, offside. And the face-off is going to be made at the Soviet blue line. 1:06 left in the first period, a 2-all tie.
There's a look at some of the cameramen along the boards getting coverage for their local station.
From the face-off, the puck goes to the boards. Yakushev, 15, plays it to his defenseman. It's a pass that's knocked down. Another try by Luchenko, who shoots it into the Canadian zone. Stapleton is trying to clear. Yakushev stopped it, tried his pass that was intercepted. It's knocked over on the right side to Ellis. Ellis is ridden off by Luchenko. He still has it, though, but he has it against the boards. And Clark was right there to help him out. Bill White and Stapleton on the Canadian defense at the blue line.
A good play by Ronnie Ellis coming right up the ice there. He had to fight off that check all the way from the blue line in. He kept an eye on the puck the whole way. He fought off the check and eventually held it against the boards.
Clark, Henderson, and Ellis out there for the Canadian team as Anderson shot it out to center ice. Shadron was unable to do anything, and it went off Henderson's glove into the over the boards. I think he caught it and just dropped it there on the far wing. So the face-off, referee Dальберg is facing off. The puck is dropped. Clark had it on his skate. Yakushev knocked it back to his defense. He received a real bump there from Henderson. It's over to Ellis on the right wing. Ellis 6 going into the corner. Liatkin knocked him into the boards. Henderson goes to help. Then Henderson took a shot. Kretschak stopped that one, and they shoot it out to center ice. Bill White going back to get it. Shadron touched the puck as the siren goes to end the first period, with them ending it in a 2-all tie. It was a real battle all the way through. Esposito scored first, Yakushev followed by Petrov and Esposito. With the score, Canada 2 and the Soviets 2. This is Game 7 from Moscow. 2 minutes longer on that intermission there before they came out on the ice. Now they're getting ready, recapping that first period. 4:09, Esposito from Ellison Park for Canada. At 10:17, Yakushev from Shadron for the Soviets to tie the score. Then at 16:27, the Soviets took the lead. Petrov unassisted, while Bill White was in the penalty box. And at 17:34, Bill Esposito getting his second goal with Savard and Parisi assisting. It's a 2-all tie as they start now in the second period. And it's a tight hockey game. And so far, it has been quite as exciting as the last one. It's a 2-all tie. Soviets to our left, Canada to the right. They're underway with Petrov's pass being blocked by Savard. Д.Халл is out there on the forward line with Rattel and Gilbert. Rattel broke up a first rush, then Gilbert passed to Д.Халл to Rattel. Rattel to Д.Халл, right in on goal! And he dragged that puck too much and missed the net on a good try. Again, Д.Халл broke up the rush before they could get out. Gilbert goes in to try and do some forechecking as they bottle the Soviet up. Then the Soviet player took a dive there as Gilbert checked him. There'll be a penalty call on it. The play keeps on going. Kuskin is going in back of the Canadian goal. Shot over on the side. It rolled right in front of the net. Canada shot it out, and it's called, and the penalty will be handed out. With the score, Canada 2 and the Soviets 2. This is Game 7 from Moscow. A hooking penalty to Gilbert puts the Canadian team a man short in 59 seconds played of this second period, a 2-all tie. The puck rolls out at center. The Soviets have the odd man advantage. Lechenko, number 3 for the Soviet, to Vikolov. Vikolov played it to the blue line, tapped over on the side to Petrov, going in with Mihailov. He's into the corner. Petrov has that puck back to the blue line to Lechenko. The shot, it's bounced in front, and it was knocked there by Bill White to the corner, who covered his man and goes loose again. Mihailov hooked at Stapleton. The play goes right on, and it's finally carried out over the line by F.Эспозито, who scored both Canadian goals. F.Éspozito dragging that puck with Peter Mahovlich. He finally knocked over, and then Petrov leaned on him as the puck slides into the Soviet zone. Mihailov going back to the net. Mihailov coming over on the right side. A long pass away outside to Vikolov, who didn't even make a move on that. And the Canadian team still a man short.
There's a good look at Ronnie Ellis as he skates out onto the ice. Take his turn, killing the second half of this Soviet power play. A good effort by F.Éspozito. Puck control is all important when you're a man short, and F.Éspozito managed to rag the puck for at least 15 or 20 seconds, and they're very critical.
The penalty has 1:06 remaining to Gilbert. Canada still a man short, as now the Soviets have made a change. Canada has Clark and Ellis out there trying to kill off the penalty with Bill White and Stapleton. Shadron was knocked down by Stapleton, who played well up. The Afghan, 25, goes in back of his own net as they try to regroup. Maltsev starts away up to the blue line at center ice, showing a burst of speed, trying to go in on Bill White's side, was forced into the corner, gets it back to the blue line, a long shot bounded off the leg, and Clark lobbed it down the ice. Kretschak just stopped it. The Afghan going into the corner, playing it over on the left side, gets to the blue line, slowed down, passed over on the right side to Yakushev. Yakushev is covered and taken in on the board. They jam there. The play is stopped. And Canada covered up on that play so that there's no loose puck.
Again, it was Ronnie Ellis. You can notice how Ronnie, when he's in the corners there's not a coach in hockey that won't tell you if you're not sure what to do with the puck, trap it along the boards, because you're never going to get yourself in trouble if the whistle blows. And Ronnie Ellis is playing a very sound defensive series over here.
Clark and Bergman now on the Canadian defense. It's Bergman failing to get that puck. The Soviet recover. Back to the blue line to Lechenko. A shot. And Esposito went down to cover. Ellis to Clark. Clark lobbed it down the ice. And it's Lechenko going after it, watched by Clark. He shoots it over to Liapkin on the far side. Ahead to the blue line. A three-man break at center ice. Coming up over the line. He cut back again. Shadron is forced back into his own zone by Clark. Shadron takes the pass from his defenseman, cleared it to Halamov. It's into the corner as the Canadian team are now at full strength. Gilbert is back on the ice. They shoot it around back to the Canadian goal. Bergman tried to golf it away. It's kept in there on the right side by Kuskin. Shadron is knocked sideways. Mihailov went after it, couldn't reach it. Canada clear it out with difficulty, and Shadron's pass is knocked down by Gilbert, who forces it back to the Soviet line. Soviet held it, checked. They're trying to change players on the go. Th.Éspozito stepping out there now. Cornwallier rushing over on that far wing is Petrov, trying to get a long forward pass. Bergman goes in to cover him in the corner, and it's held there for a faceoff. 15:55 left in the second period. A 2-all tie. Canada 2, the Soviets 2. Canada took the lead. Soviets tied it up. Then the Soviets took the lead, and Canada tied it up all in the first period. Ready for the face-off. You hear the Canadian rooters as Esposito got that pass over to Parisi. A long shot to Cornwallier. He was way offside on the play, and it's called back for a face-off practically at center ice.
The Team Canada rooters over here come up with a new cheer, Foster. It's called Da Da Canada, Yet Yet Soviet, and they've been chanting that throughout all the game.
From the face-off, the puck rolls over the Canadian line. It's knocked right back again by Th.Éspozito to Savard. Savard's pass goes astray. The Soviets coming in. Mihailov into the corner. Passes back. A quick shot. And it's stopped there neatly by Esposito. Cornwallier tears down the right side with Esposito going in, and he hit the side of the net as he couldn't control the rolling puck. Cornwallier gets it from the corner. Center to Esposito. He stopped. It rolls back to Esposito. Backhanded one wide. Kuskin for the Soviet into the corner. Onto the left wing to Zagankov to Petrov. Petrov over the line, closing in. Mihailov shoots. And that was a brilliant save there by Tony Esposito, who covered on the outside of the goal crease.
A beautiful drop pass set up Mihailov coming right in behind Foster. And this is a typical basketball move. Once again, the Soviets used quite a few basketball maneuvers out there. Mihailov walks right in. He gets a shot away that's not clean, and Esposito had anticipated a harder shot, and he almost had the puck go in underneath his pads.
Clark going out there now for Canada. Goldsworthy taking over on the right wing. Replacing Ellis for the moment. A long shot goes over the line. Clark follows up with Goldsworthy, who took a shot, and it bounced off the leg. Henderson is on the right wing. Ellis giving a breather after killing off penalty. Henderson in that corner is covered by Zagankov. Clark was right there too. And the face-off will be to the left of the Soviet goal. Here's a change for Canada. Stapleton and Bill White replacing Lapointe and Savard. There's Clark. No keys at all. Carrying on a counter. Save that face-off for the Soviets. Clark and Nikolov fence there for a moment. Canada playing every man up. The pass comes out to center ice. Bill White lobbed it over to Stapleton. Stapleton took a long shot, Kutchak failed to clear. Another shot is wide of the net. Now Stapleton getting a chance. He took his shot and just bounced off a leg. Maltsev races after it. Bill White beat him to it. Goals where they knocked it back in the Canadian zone. And it's knocked ahead by a glove. And it's offside, and another change, this time by the Soviets. Parisi is coming out with Cornwallis and Esposito. And the Soviet have Anderson with Shadron and center ice. Anderson on the right wing. Raglan and Lushenko are on the defense. A pass to Yakushev there on that left wing. And it's offside again.
Yakushev has a terrific reach, a big, lanky left winger, and he can really move that puck 6 to 8 feet every time he stick handles.
The puck rolls back at center ice. It's a 2-all tie. 14:09 left in the second period. Soviets break up a Canadian rush at center ice. Anderson went in on the right side. He just went down there when checked by Parisi, who's going to get a penalty for tripping, and that looks like a real cheap one. With the score, Canada 2 and the Soviets 2. This is Game 7 from Moscow. Face-off. There's a check there right off the bat. Stapleton was hauled down, a hooking penalty to the Soviets after Parisi had gone off for slashing at 6:04. So Anderson gets the penalty for the Soviet who lose the advantage in manpower. That'll be hooking. 6:11 is the time of the penalty. Coming in with a shot, and it's a long drive by Yakushev, handled easily. Cornwallis trying to come down. They're 5 aside now. Cornwallis and Esposito failed to combine on that play, but Esposito grabbed that puck. They're 5 aside, stolen by the Soviet. Yakushev coming in on the wing and stopped by Bill White after Shadron had nearly put him in the clear. A long pass to center ice. Here's a shot by Esposito that went wide. Cornwallis couldn't get the rebound. It's down the far side, closing in over the line. The Soviet player was checked. Stapleton carries back at center, deflected over the line with the Soviet Luchenko to Shadron on the right wing. Shadron at the blue line, ahead to Yakushev. He's the dangerous player. Yakushev over that left side. The shot was stopped by Bill White. And blocked. Here's another chance right in front of the goal. A shot. And Esposito stopped that one as the Afghan was able to worm his way in front of the Canadian goal after being stopped on the first try.
A good play here by Leapkin. He takes the puck through his skates, gets turned around, and gets the shot right back on Tony Esposito. Foster, what they do so well here when they have 4 men to 4 is they spread it right out. They spread out their attack, and they use all of that ice, and it's very difficult to cover this large ice surface with only 4 men.
Ready for the face-off in the Canadian zone. Maltsev, he's sitting there just for a moment. The puck comes over on the left side. They're trying to get that puck out. The Gankov pass is knocked out by Gilbert. Rattel knocked the puck ahead just after Gilbert was stopped and knocked over. Here's Rattel getting a chance. He cuts back, lobbed a high one that Maltsev takes in back to the Soviet goal. Kutchak stands there guarding the net as Gankov comes back at center ice, over to Maltsev, closing in. Maltsev shoots! Great save there by Esposito, who got his stick and skate in the way. Puck is back to the Canadian goal. They're trying to get organized here. They're 5 aside, but now Canada at full strength. Soviets still a man short. Coming up over the line, offside. And Gilbert was moving in with Parisi there, but was called on the offside. Anderson just came on the ice too. So now the teams are at full strength. 11:49 left in the second period. A 2-all tie. Canada 2, the Soviets 2. 3 penalties in the second period. Gilbert, Parisi, both of Canada, and Emerson of the Soviets. Clark, Ellis, and Henderson out there now for Canada. Petrov got the draw, shot it over on the wing, too far for Blinoff, who's beaten to the puck by Ellis, who lost it in the corner. Blinoff centered it. It's intercepted. Henderson went racing after it, knocked it back in his own zone. The point, clearing to Ellis, who couldn't get past center. Gusev cleared at the blue line to center ice. Petrov got his man over. Petrov shoots, and it's about 3 feet wide. Ellis after it. Finds the pass on the wing. Clark helps him out to Henderson. Henderson shoots. Oh, that was close. As Putjak was able to cover that. Down the right wing for Blinoff, closing in. Didn't get a shot. Another try for Mihailov, who centers out in front. Cleared off to the left side. Henderson with Ellis. Ellis tried to reach for that one. It went too far, and it goes down. And is called for icing. And it'll be brought back into the Canadian zone.
What this line of Ellis, Clark, and Henderson does better than any of the lines for Team Canada is they move the puck up the ice quickly, and they use all the ice surface. You saw Ronnie Ellis there. Even though he missed the pass, he's right over in his wing, and they make the long passes. And, of course, as I said earlier, there's not a hockey player in the game that can skate faster than a pass.
10:52 left in the second period. A 2-all tie. Canada 2, the Soviets 2. And Canada must win this game to keep their hopes alive of winning the series. A jamming session on the far wing there. The puck comes down on a 3-man break from the Soviets. They carry it into the corner. Yakashev going back to the goal. Centers it to Luchenko. The shot is knocked down. Esposito cleared out. Here's Parisi coming in with Barnwaye. He passed behind him when he had a great scoring chance himself. It's up to Liapkin at center. Liapkin over the line, got rid of it. And Canada recover the puck. Parisi playing it to Lapointe, who's covered on the left side. It rolls back to Luchenko. Cleared to the wing. Here's Yakashev. The shot. Again, it was saved by Esposito. Canadian team shoot it down the ice. Luchenko taking his time to go back for it, number 3.
I have to say something about the goaltending of Tony Esposito. He has been sensational so far. He's made several key saves, and I'm amazed at the tremendous reflex and anticipation that Tony Esposito has. He's stopped many very, very dangerous shots that looked from up here, Foster, like they were labeled, and he's got in front of them somehow.
Soviet playing every man up here. Mishakov is now at center ice. And they're throwing in the extra reserves. Vasiliev is on the right wing. He's a defense player normally. The puck is off to the side. Stapleton skates up with a long pass to Д.Халл. It went off the stick. Vasiliev going back to get it. He's back of his own net. Soviet calling on the reserves. Up to center for Vikolov. Over on the left wing. The shot is wide. Back of the net. Vikolov trying to center it out. Bill White pins him to the boards. Canada clear out. Д.Халл took the pass. Goes up. Vasiliev bodied him and stopped him. A return rush. Bishakov coming in on the right side with Maltsev. Slides to Tony Esposito. And it's carried to one side and back to the net. With Canada watching their moves here. Rattel failed to get away, and Bill White helps him out. Bill White shot one off the Soviet player. Ragulin got it back to his teammate, and it's called on the offside as the reserves come out again. 9:01 left in the second period. A 2-all tie, and you see Ragulin's patch from the last game. That's a receipt he received from Bill Esposito. Petrov is going to face off with Bill Esposito. Peter Mohammed taking over on the left wing, and Bill goes for the on the right. 2-all tie, 8:52 remaining in the second period. And it's a tight hockey game. Hasn't got quite the dash of the others, but it's still got plenty to it. It's taken in the corner. Goldsworthy shot it on the boards, but not out. It's intercepted now, carried up on the wing by Goldsworthy, who's coming in on the right side. He shoots! And a great save there by Tricek there, who came sliding out about 5 feet in front of the goal tree.
A great Canadian attack here, and Bill Goldsworthy gets the puck. He's in good position. He's driving now into a good scoring area, and he lets a terrific shot. But notice how Tricek came out and cut down the angle.
From the face-off, Bill Goldsworthy from the corner center to F.Eспozito, who's trying to get a shot. Kuskin had him covered. Finally knocked out to center ice. Bill Goldsworthy playing it back to Bill White. To Pat Stapleton over on the far side to Goldsworthy. And he just shoots it into the Soviet zone. Kuskin cleared back to Gusev. Gusev clears the center ice. Bill White brought it in, but it was offside as Goldsworthy didn't have a chance to get out and be onside on the play.
The Soviets right there, Foster, with that long, long pass caroming off the boards. They were looking for the breakaway pass.
That's Bergman there as they get ready for the face-off. It's up to center ice. A 2-all tie, 8:06 left in the second period. Parisi passes back to Bergman. Bergman comes up to center ice. He's up there with Brad Park. A long, easy shot. Tricek stopped it. Kuskin goes back to the net. A quick pass on the left wing. Soviets sent 4 men back. Petrov going in on the defense. Here's the shot. Bounced off Bergman. Another chance here from the side. Gusev centered to Mihailov. Back to the blue line. A hit of skate. Bergman played it out on the left side. Parisi coming down the left wing. Tried to center to Т.Эспозито, who was knocked in on the boards by Kuskin. Here's another chance for Bergman, right in! And he missed the net by about 4 feet. Seemed to hook the puck. Т.Эспозито was mixing it up there a bit, and there'll be double penalties in front of that Soviet goal. With the score, Canada 2 and the Soviets 2. This is Game 7 from Moscow. Kuskin and Т.Эспозито off together for roughing at 12:44 of this second period. A 2-all tie. Bill Т.Эспозито and Kuskin, the defense player for the Soviets. A quick shot on Tricek. He covers up, and another chance there. They failed to get a drive on the net. A 2-man break for the Soviet. Yakushev got a shot and was knocked over by Park, who tried to lift him right up on his back. Henderson covered up in the corner for Canada. So they're playing 5-a-side, and the Soviets just seem to attack regardless of penalties. Face off to the right of Tony Т.Эспозито. All set to go. Puck goes against the boards. Here's a long shot, hit the stick, and Canada in possession. Park tried to play it to Henderson, who couldn't control the puck, and it goes right down and is called for icing.
Coming up at our second period intermission, we have a feature on how the television crew brings you these games. Bill Good will talk to Canadian Amateur Hockey Association President Joe Priska, and of course Howie Meeker will be along with his analysis.
All ready for the face-off. Bergman takes it into safety back of the net, having a hard time getting away from Shadron. He still has it. Goes into the corner, failed to shoot it away. It's centered out, and it goes down off the boards, with Luchenko being forced to really move fast. Eric Clark followed in, but was offside, obviously, on the play.
With 4 men each on the ice, of course, it's a big ice surface. You've got more room. The idea is to spread out the play so that when you do get the puck, you have a lot more room to make a move on it. Here's a look at some of the Canadian fans and getting a bit of a back rub there to get ready for some more cheering.
1:15 left in the penalties as the puck goes from the face-off into the Canadian zone. Savard over to LaPointe. Canadian team trying to get organized here to get that puck out. It's cleared over on that far wing. The point goes up with a pass to Retail to Lapointe. Lapointe centered it. No one was in close enough. Bill Goldsworthy cleared it back. Here's a shot by Lapointe that went away wide. Sagankov is covering Goldsworthy. The two of them scuffle on the boards. Nothing really happened, but you hear the reaction of the crowd, the real old-time whistle.
I see that Goldsworthy in all of this game, and he's playing very well up till now. Goldsworthy has gotten a lot cooler in this type of hockey. He's relaxed now. He's not quite as chippy as he was in those first few games that he appeared in.
2-all tie as Rattel gets ready for the face-off. He got the draw, goes into the corner. Sagankov covered him. Soviet bringing that puck out to center ice. Maltsev going up over the line, taking a shot. It's wide of the net. It's in the corner of the Soviets trying to get it back to the blue line. They do. Maltsev takes the pass, trying to cross in front, left it there on a pass, and Maltsev nearly got Lapointe's goat there, and he was going to go after him. Maltsev, back of the Soviet goal. Lobbed one in front of the net. Vasiliev starting back with a pass before he could hardly move. Sagankov at center ice over the blue line. Here's a shot, and it bounced off Т.Эспозито's glove way up over the screen into the crowd, and now both teams likely make a change. Certainly the Soviets are, and it's a 2-all tie with 5:17 remaining in the second period.
I'm continually amazed, Foster, at how well the Soviet players slap the puck. 3 years ago, they didn't slap the puck nearly as often as they do now, but when they let one go, it's as hard as any shot in hockey. And that particular one there, Т.Эспозито couldn't catch that puck cleanly. He was lucky he even got his glove on it.
1 second left in the two penalties, and both players are standing at the penalty box. They have the gate open. Now the Soviet player sits down. That's Kuskin. And Т.Эспозито still standing up. Face-off will be in the Canadian zone to the right. Clark facing off with Petrov, number 16. Mihailoff is 13. Blinoff is 9. Over on the far side, Parisi, Т.Эспозито is on. They're both on, and the teams are at full strength. Cornwallier replaces Clark. Back comes the Soviets, broken up by Cornwallier. A quick pass to Т.Эспозито going in, he shoots! And his quick pass went high, a rising shot. He didn't get much chance to get that one away cleanly. Quickjack cut that one with Т.Эспозито, mixing it up again with Kuskin. Quickjack is skating around there. 4:51 left in the second period. A 2-all tie. Canada 2, Soviet 2. Back to the blue line. Bill White took his shot. It hit an arm. Parisi is mixing it up. And Kuskin, who seems to be in a battling mood, dropped his stick finally. And now they're shoving each other at every opportunity. With the score, Canada 2 and the Soviets 2. This is Game 7 from Moscow. Parisi and Kuskin are put off together after that scuffle and quite an argument in front of the Soviet goal. The penalties are coming thick and fast. Gilbert got the first one of this period, then Parisi, followed by Anderson, Kuskin, and Т.Эспозито, and now Kuskin and Parisi. The Soviets coming down with Yakushev down the right wing, and he failed to get over the line. There's going to be another penalty call against Canada for hooking. Quickjack was headed for the bench. Pat Stapleton is getting the penalty. And for the first time of the game, Canada will have 2 men in the penalty box. Parisi and Stapleton. The referees are a little worried right now that this game is going to get out of control, so they're clamping down. And of course, Team Canada now is at a distinct disadvantage with 2 men off because the Soviets need a goal to go ahead, and they're going to really be pressing now with this advantage. An obvious hooking penalty. Face-off is going to be outside the Canadian line. 4 men to 5. And with Bergman going back to get it, tried to shoot it away. It's stopped by Lutsenko. A pass to Lyapkin. Back to Lutsenko. Lutsenko, number 3, over to Lyapkin. A shot hits the Canadian player. It's in that corner. The Soviets still keep that puck, passing it around. There's a shot by Lutsenko. Oh, what a save that was by Esposito. Yakushev into the corner. They still have that puck. Back to the blue line. Now to Lutsenko. The drive hits Bergman's stick, but they get it again. Shadron. Pass to the blue line. Back to Shadron. Shadron trying to make up his mind where he'll pass it. There's Lutsenko's shot. It hit Hart. He lost it and comes back to Shadron, who kept it in. They drive it near the goal. Yakushev centers it back. It's to the near the blue line, but they still jiggle that puck all over as if it's on a string. It's again a pass over on the far side to Lutsenko, who lost it. Still Esposito finally recovers. Goes down himself. Goes over the line. Knocked the defense player over, but couldn't get any farther. Return rush by the Soviet. Yakushev overskated it, gets it again in the corner. Passes back to the blue line. Sagankov shoots. It's right near in front there as Esposito took the rebound, brings it back. He's trying to kill off this double penalty. It's knocked over the line. Bergman broke it up, and Phil Esposito really golfed that one, and Bergman knocked it the rest of the way. Petrov coming up. Now the team, now Canada, just a man short. As the puck comes over the right wing, 2:40 left as Parisi dumped a pass, and it's shot down the ice. Pat Stapleton is on. The teams are at full strength. So Canada weathered that siege, playing 4 men to 5. Parisi is in the corner for Canada, jammed on the boards, and they're really roughing it up every opportunity. Back in front of the Soviet goal, Sagankov made a long rink-wide pass to Blinov. Blinov is forced back, number 9, comes up at center. Henderson made a run at him, but Ellis fell and tried to avoid him. Blinov turns with Mihailov. Mihailov into the corner, number 13. The pass came right in front, Sagankov for the Soviet, ahead to the blue line. 3 men come up, Petrov at center. Over the line, a pass back to Blinov. Blinov getting in with a shot, and it's caught by Esposito, who grabbed that with his glove while on his knee, and it appeared to be just off the target, and the reserves coming out again.
Just a reminder to hockey fans at home viewing these games, you can participate in voting for the most valuable player on Team Canada by sending the name of your choice to Box 5050 in Toronto, Montreal, or Vancouver. The winner is selected by the fans who receive the Labatt Best on Ice Award. Ballots are available from any Labatt representative.
The Canadian team recovered from the face-off, carrying it down that far wing. Savard centered in front, but Henderson couldn't get in close enough to get a shot. There's a shot in front of the goal. Henderson trying to deflect it as here's a jamming session with Vasiliev getting a jolt from Ellis, with Henderson being knocked over by the Soviet player, and they nearly started a flare up there, and it wouldn't take very much to really cause a real Donnybrook in this game. They're getting chippier every minute. 1:19 left in the second period, a 2-all tie. Canada 2, the Soviets 2. Nikolov failed to get away. Gusev goes down the far side to Nikolov, who's checked at the Canadian blue line. Canada play that puck out, Clark, but he couldn't go any farther. Now they're hitting each other with everything. Another try for Maltsev, and he's bumped as he tried to barge through the Canadian defense. Carried down this left side, a heavy jolt. Henderson right in, and Ellis trying to get the pass, but is too far in on the play. Soviets come right back. Long pass to Nikolov. He did the clear. Right in the goal. Oh, that was a great chance there for Nikolov, and he shot it high over the Canadian goal. Back come the Canadian team on a wild rush that failed to get very far. Savard at center ice. Twisting and turning, falls. The Soviets get a man loose. Here's Anderson coming in. And it's called on the offside after Stapleton had stopped the shot. 22 seconds remaining in the second period. A 2-all tie. Canada 2, the Soviets 2.
In that last minute or so, the play opened up as wide as probably any that there's been. The play's back and forth, a lot of heavy hitting, as we can see.
Nothing but penalties in this second period. Gilbert for Canada first, then Parise for Canada. Anderson for the Soviets. Luskin and Esposito together. Then Luskin and Parise, and finally Stapleton. The face-off, Canada gets the draw. Couldn't get past Sutter. Parise tried to pass to Esposito, but he was offside on the play.
I think one of the reasons that Esposito and Parise have had so many run-ins with Kuskin is that they definitely respect Esposito's ability in front of that net. And, of course, Parise is the man who's trying to get him the puck, so they're giving extra attention to Phil Esposito and Jean-Paul Parise.
From the face-off, Yakushev finally grabbed the puck at his own blue line, lobbed it ahead. No one was there. Bill White tried to play it past the Soviet player, lost it, and then the Yakushev overskated the puck, and the siren went to end the period. All the scoring has been in the first period. At 4:09, Esposito from Ellison Park. At 10:17, Yakushev from Shadron. At 16:27, Petrov, while Bill White was serving a penalty. And at 17:34, Esposito getting his second goal from Savard and Parise. No scoring in the second period. With the score, Canada 2 and the Soviets 2. This is Game 7 from Moscow. Teams now are getting ready for the start of the third and last period. It's a 2-all tie, all the scoring in the first period. Esposito getting 2 goals for Canada. Yakushev and Petrov scoring for the Soviets. In the first period, Canada outshot the Soviets 9-6. There were 6 penalties, 3 apiece. In the second period, 8 penalties. Canada had 5 of them. Soviets had 3. And the Soviets outshot Canada 13-7, but there was no scoring. The shots a total in the first 2 periods, the Soviets 19 and Canada 16. Now we're all set. Soviets to our right, Canada to the left. Clark, Henderson, and Ellis starting for Canada. Mishkov is starting at center ice for the Soviets, and it's cleared over the line. Sagankov shot it out. Mikulov is watching his man. It's cleared over on this right side to Ellis, and he failed to go through. It's back at center ice again on a slap against the boards. Maltsev tried to go in. Clark blocked him. Here's Mishkov getting a shot, and it hits Savard, and it's up to center ice for Henderson. Ellis rushing in, back to the net. Vasiliev after him. It's grabbed off by Henderson. Henderson coming in front. Here's a shot, and the drive went by. Savard is waiting at the blue line. Here's another chance, a shot, and it bounced off a body and went wide as Ellis let it go. Maltsev carried it right back, number 10 for the Soviets, stopped by Savard. Savard lobbed it ahead to Ellis, now to Clark. Clark at center to Henderson. Henderson just couldn't reach that pass and was against the boards. It bounces out to Maltsev. Cleared to center ice. And Mishkov cleared over. Here's Mishkov getting right in. And Tony Esposito held his ground on that tough one. The puck is shot back into the Soviet zone. It'll be called for icing on a change of players. A 2-all tie. They played a minute and a half.
But during that intermission, we heard a lot of opinions on how Team Canada should play this third period, so I might as well throw in mine. I firmly believe that Team Canada can win this game if they play sound defensive hockey for the third period and wait for their offensive chances out of good, solid defensive hockey. If they play 20 minutes holding the Russians in check, they might get the chance to win this game.
From the face-off, the puck went flying from the face-off to the corner off a leg. It's still in there, though. Mihailov took a shot, covered by Esposito on the short side. Bill White going into the corner, watched by Blinoff. Д.Халл cleared it up to center ice, and Petrov is now back into his own zone. Dropped a pass. The Soviet attack. Guskin cuts back again, number 4. Gusev is with them. Tapped it over on the far side. They move again at center ice. Bill White broke that up. Rattel drives it into the Soviet zone. Д.Халл tears in after it. And it's grabbed off by Gilbert right in front of the net. He passed instead of shooting. And Rattel couldn't get it. Now Gilbert again. Scores! Gilbert came up to the side. Scored for Canada. Gilbert got that puck off the board, came right around his front, and it was in the net.
A good play behind the net here by Team Canada. Rod Gilbert stepping out from the corner. Now watch Tretiak. He's well back in the net. He has to make a move. Rod Gilbert lets a good backhander go right between his legs. A good goal. The play starts to develop here. Team Canada dumps it in and chases it. All important. You have to chase the puck. Now Gilbert misses it, gets it right across. Now Gilbert's parked himself behind the net. It comes right out to him, and he buries the backhand right between Tretiak's legs.
Now they're underway with the puck at center ice. Canada leading 3-2. And they took a while to put that up on the board. Well, there's no question about Gilbert scoring, and Rattel likely would get one assist at least. But they have some odd ideas about assists in this game. Puck is at center, cleared over on the line. Yakushev couldn't get clear. Т.Эспозито takes it in back of the net, and Canada clear the puck out at center. Lyapkin going back to get it. Lyapkin is going all the way back, passing to Yakushev. Yakushev in back of the net, crosses over on the right side, pulled away from Parisi. Cornwallis shot it back, trapping his teammate in there, and it's called on the offside. Canada now leading 3-2 with 17 minutes and 3 seconds remaining.
Well, Foster, I was just informed that a lot of Canadians are going to be surprised when they walk outside the arena tonight. It is now snowing in Moscow, so they've gone from a record heat spell a week ago to snow tonight, and I think we've bypassed the fall.
From the face-off, Cornwallis got his stick on that puck. Now it's over the line, and the Soviets play it safe, going back to their own defense over to Yakushev, who couldn't control it. Park across to Bergman, over to Parisi, gets it back to Bergman, and the Canadian team passing that puck around quite a bit. Puck comes to center ice. Yakushev going in on that wing. Bergman grabbed him, and he seemed to haul him down on the play. Looks like a penalty coming up to Bergman for holding. With the score, Canada 3 and the Soviets 2. This is Game 7 from Moscow. Bergman is off for holding at 3:26, and they drop the puck, and then they have to do it all over again. Both Rattel and Д.Халл were in on that scoring play by Gilbert at 2:23. Whether the two will get assists, it's hard to say, but they were the ones responsible, and Gilbert tucked it home coming in from back of the net. Now the Soviets have the odd man advantage, and it comes back to Lyapkin at the blue line. He faked a shot, cleared it on the left wing to Yakushev, clearing to the side of the net, rolled off to the wing. Maltsev took a swing at the pass and shot wide. The Canadian team finally cleared down the ice. Pat Stapleton driving it down. Т.Эспозито and Peter Mahovlich out there to kill the penalty. Soviets coming again. Yakushev down that right wing at center. Shadron is trailing with Maltsev, who's going in. Is rolling in front of the net. It's close. Lyapkin tried to drive it. It hit a body. The Soviets coming close. Make a shot. It hit the Canadian player. Brought out. On the right side with Т.Эспозито from Park. A shot is deflected against the screen. And Canada had a few close calls around the net. They're still a man short with Bergman off. Yakushev is stopped. Т.Эспозито grabbed that puck after Park took his man out. Т.Эспозito's ragging that puck. Fell on the play when Lyapkin fell on top of him. Back come the Soviets. Shadron got to the line, was stopped. Т.Эспозито cleared it out. Lyapkin tapping it back to Lechenko. Lechenko over to Maltsev in the corner. Maltsev trying to center it back to Lechenko. takes a shot. Here's Liapkin getting a shot, and it went just off Ť.Эспозito's leg. They still keep it in. They're keeping that pressure on. Lushenko takes a shot, backs up to the blue line, cleared it to the corner. They're still zigzagging around. Here's a shot to score! Yakushev standing on the side of the crease, knocks the puck into the net, and the Soviets have tied it up. Yakushev from Maltsev.
The Soviets have good puck control on this power play, and they get Team Canada running around a little bit. Yakushev parks himself right to the far side of the net in the goal crease. The pass comes right across the goal mouth. Alexander Yakushev has his second goal of the night. You can see Yakushev. Now he moves over right in front of the goal crease, and bingo, right up into the net.
That goal, Yakushev, who was standing right off the edge of the goal crease, from Maltsev, who dug it out from the corner, 5:15, and it's a 3-all tie. The puck is in the Canadian zone. That penalty cost Canada a goal. That's the second Soviet goal, while Canada's been a man short. So their power play is paid off for 2 goals in this game.
It's absolutely imperative that Team Canada stay on the ice for the rest of this game. There's no question that the Soviets definitely have an advantage when they've got that power play going for them. They've scored a lot of goals in this series.
Savard going in on the right side is grabbed that time by Petrov, turned around. Ellis trying to center, did. Then a shot bounded off a Soviet body, goes out to center ice, cleared over the Canadian line, and Canada dumped it, or tried to, and it hit Reese's stick, who's sitting on the Canadian bench. A 3-all tie. Yakushev from Maltsev at 5:15 of the third period with Bergman off. There's the one of the referees, Rudolph Batya. From the face-off, the puck comes to the blue line. Here's a pass right in front of the goal. And Mikhailov was unable to get near it. He goes to the boards, lost it. The point tried to clear it out. The Soviets take over. The shot hit a leg. And the goal by the Soviets to try to score seems to have the Canadian team a bit on the run. They haven't settled down yet. Mishikov is now at center ice, number 12 for the Soviet. Mikhailov is on the right wing. And Maltsev is on the left. Ragulin and Vasiliev, the defense playing up. Puck rolls at the defense. Clark cleared it out at center ice. Vasiliev shot it right back onto Goldsworthy's stick. The pass hits Mishikov, who tears down with Mikhailov going in ahead of him. Mikhailov went back to the net, nearly went down. Tried to pass back to the blue line. Ragulin shot it into the crowd. Ragulin, number 5. The sturdy defense player for the Soviets. And again, the reserves come out. A 3-all tie. 13:24 left in the third period. But they'll change at the 10-minute mark. They'll change ends as they usually do in international hockey. They play 10 minutes each way. Shadron is now at center with Yakushev on the left wing. Yakushev has been a constant threat. Over to Д.Халл, who's out there with Rattel and Gilbert. Down the wing for Hull. On that left side is Rattel. Fired a shot. Gilbert went after the rebound, couldn't get it. Hull's shot went right off Trutchak's leg, and the Canadians came close on that. Bill White kept the puck in there, but Gilbert is offside. Didn't have a chance to get in to the center area.
This game appears to be opening up a lot more than it has in the first 2 periods, and Team Canada is going to have to stick a little closer to their checks. They can't afford to send 2 men into forecheck. On that last series, they got trapped in the Soviet end, and 1 man scrambled back just in time.
3-3 tie as a long shot goes to Trutchak, who just saw that in the last moment. Cleared on the board. Klinov playing it back to Kuzkin. Kuzkin 4 at center. Shoots it into the corner. Back of the net. Klinov rushes in, but is beaten to the puck. White lost it, and a save there on Mihailov. on a Canadian error. Here's a jamming session, and Gilbert and Leanoff seem to be mixing it up against the boards there. Gilbert's number 8. Now that means further penalties. There's Gilbert, who's in on that scuffle. Bobrov is getting the strategy starting to work. They've been able to capitalize on 2 Canadian penalties. Gilbert hasn't gone off yet, but he will. Well, that's the second Canadian penalty of the third period. Gilbert now going into the penalty box for Canada. And the Soviets will have the odd-man advantage again, having scored 2 goals that way already.
That could be a very costly move by Rod Gilbert because, of course, that check into Mihailov along the boards there behind the net was after the whistle.
They called it charging. Seemed more like roughing on the play. 7:25 was the time of the Canadian penalty. The face-off in the Canadian zone. Here's Gusev getting a chance, passes to the corner. It's right in front of the net, went right across to the side. Peter Mahovlich failed to drive it away. It's still in there. Siliev clearing it back, and Blinoff, who's lost his helmet, fires it into the corner. Petrov is trying to find an opening. Still goes back and forth. Number 16 faked the pass. It hit Bill White. It rolled to the Soviet player left there, and it's not cleared again. Soviets recover. Back to Gusev. Here's the shot. It rolled in front. Another chance. Petrov centered in front. A scramble. They're all around the Canadian goal. Knocked off to the corner where Vasiliev shot it back to the net. Petrov knocked it to the other side. Still have the Canadians chasing after them there on these passing plays. There's a pass coming right back to Petrov. He faked the shot. Nearly lost it. It went to the blue line and out. And the pressure is now off the Canadian team for the moment. 52 seconds left, or rather 58 seconds left in the penalty. Harry Sinden, looks like he wants to get out there to play.
I think what Harry Sinden was upset about there is the fact that the Soviet player did go over the blue line and he wanted the puck to go all the way down to the other end.
From the face-off, Canada still a man short. The puck is shot over the Canadian line. Waltsev going in back of his goal. Forced to the far side, getting it back to the blue line. Here's a shot, and it is trickled wide of the net on a deflection. It rolls to the side. Peter Mahovlich shot it out. Went off the Apkin stick. Yakushev cutting over on the right wing with Shadron now at center. Over to Maltsev on the left side. That passing play again. Here's a pass in front. Yakushev shot that one. Т.Эспозито tried to clear, finally shot to the side. The Apkin has it now on the boards. Here they come in. Yakushev coming in front of the goal. Passes over the blue line. A shot. It went wide. And Т.Эспозито not getting too much protection as they scramble in front of him. Puck bounces back to the blue line. Now the Canadian team at full strength. There's a shot off to the side. They didn't get it out, though. Another drive, a great shot. And it seemed to bounce off the post. It was hard to say. Finally, Canada clears the center ice as the Soviets put terrific pressure on. Yakushev goes over the line. The teams are full strength. Lutsenko shooting it into the corner. Maltsev is stopped on the boards. Reese shot it back to the goal. Clark goes after it. They're jamming in on the side, and the siren goes to end the first 10 minutes. So they change hands. With the score, Canada 3 and the Soviets 3. This is Game 7 from Moscow. From the face-off, the puck is shot in the Soviet zone. Clark going into the corner, trying to dig it out from the side. Henderson going to help him out. Ellis is in front, waiting for a pass. Bishikov fell. Maltsev falls against the holds it against the board, but not for long. And then gets jammed in against the boards, and the play is finally stopped. With Clark ending up on his knee. 9:32 remaining in the game. 3-3 is the tie score. Henderson skating by. Clark is now replaced by Peter Mahovlich at center ice. Pass back to Bergman, who shot it into the crowd. So Peter Mahovlich is centering this line of Ellis and Henderson. So there have been a number of changes during the game. Clark has been working his heart out there and apparently was a little tired and getting relief for the moment. Bergman and Park, the defense for Canada. And they're starting to move the defense fairly well up. Peter Mahovlich doing a little talking there. And he's facing off with Mishakov. Mishakov, a very sturdy performer. Now, Maltsev nearly went flying off Henderson's skate that time. Vasiliev going in back of the goal for the Soviet. Played it in front to Raglan. Raglan shot it up to the blue line. Here's a pass to Maltsev. He's coming in on the corner after Bergman had missed him. He's trying to center out. He does. Vasiliev plays it over on the wing. Raglan shot it. Mishakov shoots. And Tony Espozito came up with that one with the puck in his right glove on a great save there. And Tony Espozito has been one of the outstanding players, no doubt, for Canada.
A good glove save here by Tony Espozito. He picks it right out of the air. Shadrin parked again right at the top of the goal crease. Very dangerous area. Espozito makes a fine save.
Ready for the face-off to the right of the Canadian goal. A 3-all tie. 8:59 remaining in the game. Canada to the right, Soviets to the left. Pass is carried by Gilbert. Park goes in to help. Gets it out. Gilbert racing after it. Kuskin gets back in time to recover. Played it over on the wing. Mihailov is turning now. Mihailov gets away from Park at center ice. Over the line, on into the corner. Blinov is over on this side in the corner. Blinov, 9, is given a jolt on the board. He's still being shoved around a bit. Puck didn't go out, though. It went off his skate. Blinov tried to pass Bergman. Cleared it off the boards to center. Gagankov gets it to Mihailov. Intercepted by Park. Another try for Gusev, turning at his own blue line. Over on the right side to center to Petrov. Petrov stopped, and the Canadian team break out. Д.Халл took his shot, and Pritchak had it caught there when it went way up in the air off his pad. So that Д.Халл seen going at him there with 8 minutes, 1 second remaining.
Canadian professional football will return to television Wednesday, September the 27th, as the Montreal Alouettes are in Winnipeg, while on Saturday, September the 30th, the Toronto Argonauts host the Edmonton Eskimos. Check your local listings for the times and the stations.
Ready for the face-off. Here's a mix-up with Anderson being shoved around by Parisi. They keep sticking close to one another. Canada's had 2 penalties in this last period. Now a quick pass at center ice. The Soviets come in with Anderson passing in front. It's knocked out over the line. Soviets take over. Shadrin getting it back to Lyapkin. Lyapkin, 25 on that left wing, shoots it into and to one side of the net. Espozito cleared to the corner. Savard failed to get it out. Soviet with Shadrin forced into the corner, allowing Anderson to dig it out. Phil Espozito recovered, going down, cleared it over on the left side. Here's a shot by Espozito, was dead on. Into the corner for Cournoyer, back to the net. They're trying to dig it out from the side, and the Soviets get a 3-man break. Coming up fast at center ice. Anderson going in on the right side, gets turned around, lost the puck, and it was cleared out there by Parisi. Parisi, Cournoyer, and Phil Espozito out there. The Soviets change their line again as they come over the line. Espozito stole that puck, lobbed it over on the left wing. Cournoyer gets it to Parisi, back to Espozito, who golfed one against the screen. Cournoyer tried to pass it out in front, was knocked over. The Soviets come racing up with a long forward pass. And the Soviet player was set from behind. That looked like an offside as Mikulov was going in, but they didn't call it. Down the left side for Cornwallier. He passed behind him. The Soviet player fell. Esposito gets in with a shot. It's blocked. Kept in by Savard. It came out and knocked in again, offside.
There's no way that wasn't an offside. Foster Mikulov went in over the blue line, skating backwards, and he dragged the puck in.
There's the Soviet sports announcer going to work on the boards there. And it's a 3-all tie with 6:18 left in the game. Canada must win this one to stay in the hunt. Puck goes on the left side. Mikulov covering Paul Henderson. Now Pat Stapleton picks his way over to Henderson, trying to go in on the left wing. Clark took a whack at it. The Soviet break out at center. One man coming down. Maltsev, quite a speedster. He stopped, made the pass, blocked by Henderson. Henderson sticks with him, and it's passed over on the far wing to Ellis. Ellis goes over the line. He's taken out of the play. Mishakov is forced back to the Soviet goal. Here's the pass in front of the net. A great chance there by Ellis. As the pass came out in front, he went after it and had a backhand, but Petchak stopped it. It's the Soviets coming over the Canadian line as they loosen up here and open up in every way. They're jamming into the corner here. Henderson watching his man. Back to the blue line, back to Vasiliev, a long shot. Pat Stapleton stopped it. Ellis racing on the right wing, gets the pass. Goes into the corner with Vasiliev after him. He's draped on the board and holds it there for a face-off with 5 minutes and 3 seconds remaining in the game. Canada 3, the Soviets 3. And a complete change of players. 2 goals have been scored in this third period. Gilbert from Rattel and Hall at 2:23. And at 5:15, Yakushev tying it up from Maltsev. And Yakushev has scored 2. And Phil Esposito has scored 2 for Canada. Puck goes sliding right down into the Canadian zone. They carry it over the line. Hart is trying to get loose. Klinov got that puck from him. Cleared right onto the Canadian player's stick. It's brought out by Rattel to center ice. Stopped by Petrov. Behind loft to Petrov. Going in with Klinov on the right wing to the soft side. 4:38 left in the game. A 3-all tie. Canada 3, the Soviets 3. And they're playing desperation hockey. It's hard, but it has been quite as fast as other games in the series to see the television cameras. All manned by Russian crews. A forward pass on the left side. Rolls over the line. And Gilbert was unable to get loose. The Soviets sent 3 men back. Carrying over the line. Klinov coming in back to the goal. Kate taken in on the board by Park. Squeezed right out of the play. He failed to get out on the first try. Now Rattel in front of his own net is chased in back to the goal. Shot it on the boards. It slides out at center. A race for it. Д.Халл tearing into the corner with Kuskin blocking him. Pass is intercepted. Is knocked back on the side. Rattel lost it. And the Soviets break out again at center ice. Yakushev down the right wing. 4 of them are up. Petrov getting in position. 1 man in front. There's a shot by Gusev. Stopped by Esposito. They jam against the board. A real jamming session. Elbows go high. Here's Bergman shoving the referee. Now they're swinging at each other back to the net. And there's a real rumpus going on there. Everybody is shoving. Esposito's got Yakushev by the neck. Everybody's got a hold of every other person. And a few punches were rather tossed around a bit. Lusenko stands back there. Yakushev was given a headlock. And Cornwallier is threatening on the side there. quite a roar. It's a 3-all tie with 3 minutes and 34 seconds remaining in the game. With the score, Canada 3 and the Soviets 3. This is Game 7 from Moscow. Well, they finally parted company down there. There's Peter Mahovlich. Royer just picking up a glove that, meantime, Vassiliev, number 6, standing beside him. Now he's left alone. He's the only one left. And the fan is either talking to him. You see that mesh there, and it acts as a springboard for the puck. Every time the puck hits it, it bounces out about 30 feet. There's Mihailov, who's in the penalty box, number 13. And they have to assess all the penalties yet. We'll make sure Mihailov is the first one in, but he won't be the last. Petrov is over there talking to both referees along with Т.Эспозито. Parisi is there too. That's Т.Эспозито, number 7. Rudolph Batya, 15. He's the Czech. Т.Эспозито is either getting a lesson in the languages or the roughing penalties like these, but there wasn't an awful lot to it. Outside it was like some of the lining up you see over here in Moscow. Every time you do anything, you have to line up. And players must be getting that idea because they certainly lined up there, and a couple of them lined each other up. In the meantime, all the players stand around there by the penalty box, getting a larger crowd all the time. And Mihailov is the only one we know is going to get a 5-minute roughing penalty. We'll see what happens to the rest of them. He surely can't be the only one. But it was really, I don't think there were too many punches thrown. Bergman will likely get the same kind of a penalty, and that'll likely be 5 minutes. So I guess after all that mix-up, and everybody seemed to get a poke at somebody, it looks as if Bergman will be off with Mihailov, and they'll both be major penalties, so they'll be off for the rest of the game. And they'll be 5 aside. Now Bergman is coming over to the penalty box now, and you hear the reaction of the Soviet fans. And then you can also hear the roar from the Canadian fans, "Go Canada, go." Bergman in the penalty box, along with Mihailov, both 5 minutes for roughing. So after all that commotion, two of them end up in the penalty box, 3:34 left. 16:26. The time of the double penalty.
Gary Bergman, number 2, Team Canada, 5-minute penalty for roughing. For Team Canada, number 13, USSR, also 5-minute penalty for roughing.
Yes, a double penalty for roughing, 5 minutes major. 16:26 in the game. And they face off, playing 5 aside. Lapointe plays it out to the center ice. Т.Эспозито shot a long one at Kutchak. It's into the corner for Parisi, who's fighting to get that puck out there. He still has it. Fighting with Lyapkin. Now Luchenko goes in back to the other corner. Dumped it out, and the Soviet in possession. West Shadron to center ice on this right with Yakashev. A hot shot. It bounced in the air when Ť.Éspozito stopped it. Cleared to the corner. Canadians try to get that puck out. Failed on the first try, and it bounces off Parisi over the boards into the crowd. And Parisi and Ť.Éspozito Т.Эспозито are telling the referees where the face-off should be. He's going to mark it inside first. Now they move it out. 2:50 left in the game. A 3-all tie. 4:16 left in the penalties. So that means they're out for the game. So they'll finish up at least 5-a-side. The face-off, the puck comes to center ice. Bikolov moving in on the right wing, cuts in on the defense. Pulled the point, but he came back there to cover him. From the left side, Maltsev is stopped. Henderson trying to break out on that wing there, couldn't get the puck to behave. And the puck seems, and the ice seems a bit sticky. A quick pass to Maltsev. Maltsev on the right wing, makes a shot, comes in front of the defense, a screen shot. And Т.Эспозито was right there. Lapointe made sure he gave the Soviet player a good jolt there, who was standing near the doorstep. It was Bikolov.
That was a good shot there by Maltsev. Maltsev has gotten more shots on the Canadian goal than any other of the Soviet players in this series.
All set for the face-off in the Canadian zone. They're 5-a-side. 2:20 left in the game. A 3-all tie. Puck goes into the corner. Lapointe shooting it back to the net to Savard. Savard is trying to get out. Lobbed it ahead. Henderson going down. Got to the defense. Goes right in and he scores! Henderson right through to score for Canada. A beautiful goal by Paul Henderson.
Henderson makes a beautiful move on this goal. And he's being mobbed by his teammates. But this is an absolutely beautiful move by Henderson. And the goal judge was a little slow in putting the light on, but there's no question that puck was right up into the top and the back of the net. And Tretiak really had no chance on that quick little maneuver by Paul Henderson. We can see Henderson moving here, and he just flips it right up top. Tretiak had no chance on it.
Paul Henderson was the hero on that one. He made a beautiful play. He seemed to have Soviet players dragging him all the way. And now Canada takes the lead, 4-3, with 2:06 left in the game. The goal was scored at 17:54, and they were 5-a-side. Now the puck comes into the Canadian zone. Rattel hovers on the board. The Chenko is trying to knock it over. Petrov gets it. Took his shot wide. It bounces over to Lyapkin. Lyapkin took his shot. Stopped by Esposito. Canadian team carry out slowly to center ice. Rattel shot it into the Soviet zone. Lyapkin going back. 1:38 left as the puck comes out in front. Here they're closing in. Yakushev was stopped there by Esposito right in front of the net. Pat Stapleton breaks out for Canada to center ice. Going up with Ellis, and it's called offside. And Tretiak was knocked over by Ellis's shot, and he's lying on the ice. He jumped in the air, and he fell head first on that terrific drive by Ellis.
This shot by Ellis doesn't hit Tretiak in the head, I'm almost sure of that, but it just about rips his shoulder off. A high-rising slap shot. Tretiak takes it right up in the shoulder and the neck, almost identical to the one that Т.Эспозито took earlier in the game.
From the face-off, the puck goes to center ice. Shot into the Soviet zone. Going to be close right to the end here. Yakushev going into the corner. Falls. Here the Canadians get right in front. It was Pat Stapleton getting a chance. Forced back at the blue line. Played it to the corner. Esposito's waiting for a pass. The Apton stopped at 58 seconds left in the game.
With a minute left to go in the game here, Foster, the key to Team Canada is to hang on to the puck. Don't give the Soviets the puck in this last minute. And we saw Jean-Paul Parise fall down with the puck. and he smothered it for a whistle. Team Canada wants to gain control and hold on to it as much of this 58 seconds as they can.
58 seconds remaining in the game. Canada leading 4-3 on Paul Henderson's goal at 17:54 with Mihailov and Bergman in the penalty box. It's still 5-a-side. Esposito knocks it to the wing. It goes to the corner. The Soviets starting back. Mikhailov is waiting for a pass from Maltsev. Maltsev falls all over himself. And now Vasiliev plays it at center ice. Maltsev over onto the wing. They're closing in. The puck is loose. Here's Maltsev shooting. And Esposito made the save. A pass is right up to Vasiliev. It's partially stopped. Stopped again as Canadians throw themselves right at the puck. Mikhailov is stopped and the puck rolls out at center ice. 21 seconds left. Soviets on the move. Vasiliev over onto the far wing. Across the line for Gusev. Intercepted. White failed to clear it out. Here's another chance. Vasiliev shoots. And again, Esposito stopped that one. It's off on the board. Mikhailov stared it back on the line. 1 second left. And the game is over. Canada has come through. With a tremendous struggle here, Esposito ended up on the ice, I believe, more exhausted than anything else. The winning goal was scored at 17:54. Paul Henderson getting it in tremendous style, just pulling his way right through to beat Krutjak from close in. It looked for a long time as if it was going to be a real stalemate, but the Canadian team came through, and now they're still in the hunt with a glorious chance here to pull it out on the last game in Moscow. At the moment, they're shaking hands. It was a 2-all tie at the end of the first period. There was no scoring in the second. And then in the third period, which is really dramatic, Gilbert scored for Mattel and Hall at 2:23. At 5:15, Yakovlev tied it up from Maltsev. The Canadian rooters are going wild over there. And then finally, Paul Henderson made a brilliant effort, and he's been one of the stars of the whole series, scoring at 17:54 to win the game for Canada. And it looked for a time as if Canada might blow it on the basis of numerous penalties in which the Soviets were able to score 2 goals while the Canadian team were shorthanded.
Well, Batya, there's a look at Canada's 2 stars as selected by top Soviet hockey authorities. Bill White for his tremendous defensive play, and Т.Эспозито. They'll be receiving a miniature samovar, and that'll be presented to them by the president of the Soviet Ice Hockey Federation, Georgy Mozilov. And they get a tremendous ovation, a well-deserved one as they leave. Presenting the traditional rings that have been specially designed for this series and presented by the CBC and CTV television networks, along with the sponsors who bring you these telecasts, was Mr. Stilap, who is here as a minister from the province of Ontario.
With the final score,